Well, a couple of videos ago, actually I don't know when this is going to get finished or uploaded, so some time ago I showed you how to remove the connector body off this power trim and tilt unit. At that point, discovered it really wasn't working. So the plan is to fix it. Don't really know what's wrong with it, so we're going to go through the diagnostics of it. However, there is a large outboard in the way, which is going to kind of skew your viewing pleasure. So the plan is to remove the outboard from the actual, I don't know, the entire stern bracket, really. Okay, the outboard is taken apart for, well, other reasons, which you may have seen in another video. This junction right here looks a little suspect, so I'm going to cut off the sheathing of this cord here, and maybe we just have a bad connection here. We'll find out. So wire nuts aren't a factory part. I guess the ends aren't that horrible looking. They're not that good looking. They're not that bad. Alright, I cut and stripped the wires, reinstalled the wire nuts, and we'll see if this makes it any better. Wire nuts, of course, are just a way to temporarily hook it up. And nothing. So we'll pull the unit out of there and get it on the bench. Sometimes they fall right out, sometimes they don't. Alright, I have the unit in the holding fixture. Plan is to pop the motor off, see if it's just stuck, or if the motor is in fact bad. Come on out, fluid. So the coupler spins just fine. The manual release valve was opened. Well, either way, I think we're going to need a motor. This falling apart's a little concerning, but the fluid looks clean. So perhaps this upper gasket stopped or started failing after this thing was stopped being used. Motor looks, well, not original. Looks like it may or may not have been recently replaced. Actually, you know what? This gasket's probably not a gasket. It's probably paint. Because on the base of the motor, it's fallen off apart there too. Alright. Now that's clean. I will hook it up to, I don't know, might be factory. I doubt it, but never know. Alright, let's get this leak under control here. Hook the motor straight to the battery, see if it turns. and it's pretty stuck. Oh yeah, that thing's tight. Well, that's kind of working. Oh, that's better. Well, maybe it just hadn't been used in so long. It's eased itself up. Don't know. Let's put it back in, huh? As well. Now you check the fluid when it's all the way up. So let's see if it'll go up and then we can check the fluid. Motor sounds just ridiculous though. But it also hasn't been used in who knows how long. So fluid should have poured on out of there, but it didn't. Manual release is closed. So let's fill this back and retry. So even the color, the pinkish reddish, this was filled previously with ATF, which is the one I do not have. If it was power steering fluid, I got plenty of that. But somebody put ATF in it. And due to sheer laziness, I don't feel like going to the store and getting more right now. But there is some in my little oil can here. So I'm going to pour it in there. See what happens. When it hit the top, you should have heard the motor come to a kind of a halt, like a. It didn't do that. It's still trying to pump a little bit more, but there's no fluid left in it to pump. So that's why we kind of get that lack of noise. Now, I'm guessing air is going to shoot out of here. Yep. We're still going to need more ATF. Cycle it a couple of times and see how it does. But even the motor sounding the way it does isn't ideal. So let's put some more fluid in there and we'll see what happens. Unit is balanced. I will fill up my little oil can cup, top off the unit, and we'll see if it works. Well, we are full probably. So let's cycle this thing up and down a couple of times and see what it does. Okay, motor's reconnected. Let's make this thing go not that way. What I'm after are those trim cylinders going in or out before. There we go. So now the trim cylinders are out beforehand. It's kind of what we're after. So if you think about it, I get a couple 100 pounds of an outboard on here. What I want are those to retract first. I'm sorry, not first, but last. Well, you know, it does sound halfway decent. So, it's definitely got that going for it. All in all, I would say it's a good working unit. At this point, usually I would tell you or show you how to make these wirings not look like that. But I don't know if you could trust that motor anyway, so it should get replaced. But it is working. We can see the hydraulic unit itself is working. There's no massive fluid leaks. Doesn't look too bad. It came right in, came right out. So the unit's definitely worth fixing. It should just get a new motor. So let's say it's a Friday, you're getting the boat ready to take out for the weekend, and your motor is seized up. Well, this may be an example of how you can get it fixed until you can get a replacement motor in. I don't know if I would trust this long term, but short term, absolutely. And let's say it does die anyway out in the water. All you got to do is bring around your trusty huge flathead, hit the manual release valve, and just manually use the motor, and go about your weekend. So I hope you like this video and the let's call it the introduction to power trim and tilt hydraulic repair, even though there was no real repair here. Oh well, good example. All right, everybody, see you later.